No, there's old Robin.
Okay, folks. It's 7 o'clock, so we're
Robin?
starting.
There.
This is now the second boot camp in Oakland, but the first real big one. And we have real privilege to be working with the very top people in LifeWorks. Some of you meeting Mike and Krista for the first time now, and you'll be amazed what kind of caliber these two people are. They are what I call the class of its own in the professional network marketing arena in terms of leaders, trainers, and amazing people. People you want to know. People you want to know really well and model on them if you possibly can. So here we have Michael Jude, Double Crown Diamond, and Krista
Thank you. We'll make every attempt to live up to that really generous introduction. Thank you, Savannah. And it takes somebody of Savannah's caliber and Lisa to make those statements because they know what it takes. These guys have been in 20 years, I believe, in network marketing full time. That's not a small thing. They've learned a lot, probably forgotten a lot more than most people know. So thank you. Okay, well, this is the boot camp, as Savannah said. First of all, I want to acknowledge everybody's courage for coming because the name boot camp, I don't know about you, but to me, that's a little bit scary. I think of boot camp, I think, sort of sounds sort of military, sort of sounds confronting, sounds like it's going to be hard, sounds tough. But on the other side of that is the opportunity for breakthrough. And we can't determine what that means for you. Only you can determine that, of course. But what we can offer is a structure and a framework and support for a breakthrough. So we're going to ask you to do some work tonight. This is the introductory part. This is sort of a, I don't want to say just introductory, but it's a preparation session. It's a training session. And it's a session where we're going to ask you to participate by putting yourself in the picture and not just listening. And what I mean by that is a couple of ways you participate. Number one is to set goals for yourself. This is going to be so important because if you come to the boot camp, and I'm not suggesting you would, but if you were to come as a passive observer, it might be entertaining, it might not be. You would get something, but you're not going to get the full value. Full value is obtained by having a goal and being willing to sort of break out of the box to get that goal. So we're going to invite you to plan and dream bigger than you normally would. So we've got, I want to say, 72 hours together, more or less. What that can mean for you is you can walk out of here Sunday night as a professional, having had a professional breakthrough as well as personal breakthrough. And what that could look like is if you have fear, if you have blocks, if you have resistance, if you have lack of knowledge, if you have unknown capacities, like you're not sure, any of those are ripe for breakthrough. Any of those, and other things. The thing is, we can provide the event, we can provide the sort of structure, the holding, the support, the maybe guidance and training. You've got to provide the initiative. You've got to provide the courage. You've got to work to get for yourself a goal, and then you're going to have to do the work to achieve that goal. And we're your partners in this, of course, but we can't do that piece for you. We can't do that. You've got to do that. So I encourage you to play big. Now, playing big doesn't mean enter the freak-out zone. You know what I mean by that? It's not about losing control and doing something inappropriate. But within the boundaries of what's appropriate and what your desires are, we want you to play full out. We don't want you to play small. It would be maybe less than full potential to go for a goal that you are so comfortable with it's not a struggle. What we're after here is for you to push the limits of what you can do. Now, I want to talk about that just a little bit, and maybe Krista, you have some comments on this. But when we talk about goals and we talk about discipline and things like this, they can cause some reactions. Maybe not for you, but certainly some people. And I want you to consider that these can be your allies, not the enemy. Okay? If goals and structure and discipline bring up fears and limitations, I invite you to sit with that, because it can be what helps you achieve what you want. It could also be pretty horrible. Right? If these things are imposed from outside, if it's our goals and our structure, that's probably not the full value of what's here. To get the full value here, you want to have your goals. And we will offer a structure, and if you accept that structure and work within that to achieve your goals, then I would suggest you're going to walk away with something really valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like a lot of things, it's our relationship to these things that makes the difference. I know I was one of these people that really fought against goals and structure and didn't want to be put in a box and all of that stuff. But I found that it's been a tremendous, tremendous blessing for me, because it's really given me a set of tools to work with to get me on the journey to where I want to go. So the goals for me are like, they're tools that I use like any other tool. And I had to change my relationship to them from oh my gosh, here's something and I've got to get there and I don't know whether I'm going to make it, and I'm pushing myself and all of that, to, okay, here's the journey, and here are these stepping stones, here are these tools that I can use to forward my journey. So it was a change in relationship for me.
Do you mind if I stand over here?
No.
Oh, that's great, thanks. So some of the objectives of the boot camp. First of all, is there anybody here that doesn't know what to do in network marketing to make money or be successful? So you
Okay.
don't, so you're brand new, that's right.
Yeah.
Still working it out. But I know you know what to do, and I know you do because you've been in network marketing.
I wouldn't have a clue.
Okay,
I'm here
good.
to listen.
Okay, very good. So there's a couple of people.
So here's what we know about network marketing. Similar to getting in shape, similar to losing weight, similar to just about any goal. Knowing what to do is not the hard part. I'm going to suggest the vast majority of you know what to do to make money in network marketing, to build a great business. You know what to do. What gets in the way is not the knowledge or lack of knowledge. What gets in the way is ourselves not doing what we know to do. So for those of you that don't know what to do, we'll fill in those blanks, so don't worry about that. But what we know is that it's the distractions that get in the way. So let me give you an example. So this wouldn't be unique to me, but I've done this. I know to create commission in network marketing, a product has to pass hands. Somebody has to buy a product from the company, then I get a commission. I get a referral commission. We call it thank you checks or whatever we want to call it. But if I don't initiate that, if I don't make the recommendation, if I don't share with somebody, then no commission is possible. It's just not going to happen. So what I know, though, is that I will create distractions that get in the way of me actually reaching out to people. An example, I might be sitting in my office, and I've got on my schedule, I've actually put some structure in place and some goals. My goal today is to call 6 people, and I'm going to do it from 2 to 4. Okay, go in my office at 2 o'clock, and you know what? That floor is really filthy. It needs vacuuming. I can't work in a cluttered, I'm going to grab the vac, I'm just going to quickly vacuum the place. So I distract myself from making that call by vacuuming, and then, you know, look at this lead list. It is so messy. I love order. This is so messy. I better alphabetize all my leads. Yep, so I spend time doing that, and then, well, I'm going to rank them. I'm going to get my very best, I'm going to put a number, and I'm going to write out their address and their phone. Oh, 2 hours is up. Well, put in my time. Okay. Does that sound not exactly familiar? Does any of that sound familiar to anybody? Yeah, of course it does. It's distractions. It's not that I don't know what to do. I don't do what I know to do. And probably all of us have had this experience. I know a lot of people are laughing, so must have landed somewhere out there.
So in terms of what Michael just said, when we start over the weekend getting into action, when we start actually having to talk to somebody and share with them what we've got to offer, watch what happens inside. You know, having been to so many boot camps now, it's quite funny to me to see what comes up. And I watch it in me. You know, oh, it's time to go to the toilet. I mean, it's amazing. And it's that fear of just stepping out and doing it.
It's not lack of knowledge, it's fear. It's fear.
Yep.
And what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You don't need to answer me on that, although you can if you want to share with people. I know what I'm afraid of. You know, people think, Krista and I, we've got it made, we're crown diamonds, there must be, we've got it all handled, right? Wrong. I have the same kind of stuff that came up when I first got started. Gosh, if I approach that person, they might think I'm inappropriate, or trying to sell them something, or might think I'm a fool, or they might reject me, or they might, any of this sound familiar? No? Yes? I don't know enough. I need to learn some more before I talk to people, or, you know, whatever. All that stuff. Now, let me ask you a question. That stuff is real. It's real fear. But what's more important? A life of freedom, contribution, abundance, owning the rest of your life, doing work you love, having a brilliant business that contributes to people, or that fear? Now, in the moment, I get it. That fear is more important. But to step back and say, okay, am I going to let all that go because they might think I'm whatever? And that's the choice we make. Now, oftentimes, it's an unconscious choice. These distractions look real. Oh, I guess I better call the upline and, you know, check in. I guess I better check my BV. I better clean the carpet. Guys, these are distractions. Now, the point of this boot camp is to distract you from the distractions. We're here to help you get distracted from your distractions. There's nothing to do here but work. Now, I'm not saying you're not creative and you can't find things to do other than work, because you probably will. But you've got support here because everybody's in the same thing. Here, this is about working. We're going to have tonight where we're going to talk and do some training and but that's not what the weekend's about. The weekend is about work. It's about making contact with people. Whether you do that in person, you do door knocking, you run into people at the mall, you get on the phone, whatever way you choose to do it, that's what the weekend's about. And here's what we know. If you spend 8 hours a day, 3 days doing that, at the end of this, you will have your pipeline full. You will hopefully make some sales. You will hopefully get people maybe in an upsell situation, you know, where you've got people to try the new product, already using Body Balance. You'll create some friends. You'll also feel hopefully better about yourself. You'll have a personal as well as a professional breakthrough. But I can almost guarantee, like Krista said, when we go, okay, go tomorrow morning at 9 or 10 o'clock, we're going to go, watch what happens. Watch what comes up. Watch if you've got to alphabetize your leads, or suddenly that toilet is just calling. You know, just watch what happens. And it's normal. Don't feel like you're weird or different. It's normal. All of us have it. The professional network marketers say, yes, thank you very much, and I'm going to do it anyway. So if you want to be a professional network marketer, if you want to have your goals, if you want to get what you're after, then here's the place to, first of all, recognize, gee, that's what I'm doing. That's what they said I was going to do, and I'm doing it. Okay, and it's normal, and it's okay, and I just need to be bigger than that. Yep.
Yep, absolutely. So, just one more thing I want to add to what Michael just said, which is, and I know for those of you that have been here for a while totally know this, whenever that fear comes up, it doesn't just come up here. Any relationship in your life where there's something that you're too scared to say, or there's something that you're too afraid to share, or it's the same fear. It's exactly the same fear. If we can break through it here, we break through it in the whole rest of our life. It's very, very powerful.
So how big do you want to have the stakes this weekend for this event? You want to have a breakthrough in your life, in your relationships, your finances? How big do you want to play? Now here's another element of this boot camp, and that's support. That's support. Here's what I know about myself and what I know about network marketing. In isolation, it will die. I will die. Part of me will die. What I mean by that is, when I'm left to my own devices, I probably won't do what I need to do to be successful. I don't think I'm unique in that. This is a community function. We call it network marketing. We build networks. We don't call it, the lone cowboy marketing. We don't call it sales. We call it network marketing. We build networks. We build community. And as we contribute to that community, it contributes massively to us. Krista and I are very successful. We're very blessed. We have a community that goes around the world and supports us, and will support us the rest of our life. And we give back. There's value add. But by having and investing and creating and nurturing the community, by supporting the community, we're supported back. If we're in isolation, and it's not that we couldn't, so to speak, retire, even though that's not up for us. I don't plan to retire. I'm not interested in that. It's an old industrial concept. But I know if I isolate myself from my community, my behavior changes. And I suspect it does for you too. And that's why support is so important. If I find myself in distraction mode, or I'm afraid, or I've got somebody on the phone that I don't know what to say, or I don't have the knowledge or the understanding, then that's when I reach out and pull somebody in. Now, in certain instances, some of you are very experienced networkers, you may want to call on the community even though you know the answer, even though you know how to handle that situation. Why? To demonstrate the value of the community to your prospect. See, one of the risks of being successful in the business, and for example, Krista's a product formulator, I've got a lot of business background, is I know too much. If I prospect one of you and I display all this brilliant knowledge and great, this and that, and then you go, yeah, but I can't do that. I can't do what you do. Then we don't build a network, we build something else, right? And what we're after is building a brilliant network, not a brilliant cult of aren't we great. So as maybe some of you become more successful, and even if you know the answer, sometimes you might just reach out to demonstrate how the network, how the support works. Some of you are already successful. You're here maybe to build your business. Some of you are here in a coaching mode, a support mode. We encourage you to examine that support mode. And what I mean by that is, for me, and probably for a lot of you who are full-time, that support mode can turn into a distraction. Gee, I can't do my prospecting because they need me to help. They need me to support, right? My downline's here. I got to be here for them. Yeah, you do. But just check for yourself if there's an element of distraction in there. Because if there is, you want to work with that. It's not bad to support people, but you want to see if it's getting in the way of you doing your business. So let's talk about the support. What's available, how to use it.
Yeah, so there's, as a lot of you are aware, and I know there are some new people here, which is wonderful. We're all here to help each other. We're all here to support each other. And you have people here this weekend who are very experienced. And one of the gifts of having something like this boot camp is that there's a lot of very experienced people just at your fingertips for speaking to somebody that you want to share this with, because you've just started, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the understanding, and so there's a group of people here who can help with that. It's very different, like Michael said, to being at home on your own and reaching out to somebody and they start asking you questions, and you're like, well, I don't know. Whereas here, when we're together and there is no distractions, this is what we're here for, is to reach out. You know, we work as a team. Part of this business is learning to do that. Part of this business is learning to use the team. We're so used to doing it ourselves. And yes, we have to do that. And this is a team effort. And so, whether you're on the telephone with somebody, whether you actually have a personal meeting with somebody, however you want to do that, I'm here for that support, and that is my role this weekend. It's not often that you have this incredible amount of experience together in one room. So it's an amazing opportunity for us to utilize that this weekend as much as possible. As much as possible.
Now let's talk about inappropriate levels of support or requests for support. So what might be inappropriate would be using support as a distraction. You know, oh, I don't know everything about that third element of the fourth electron in the boron in body balance, so I'm going to just get somebody and talk about that. That would not serve you if your goal this weekend is to move your business along. That information is available, and I'm sure there are people that are willing to do that, but ask yourself, is that something that can be handled outside of this, or does that need to be handled right now? Right? If you're new, that's great. We welcome you here. This is not a getting started training. Now, we will provide some training. We're going to give you everything you need to win for the weekend, but we're not going to teach you advanced professional network marketing here. That's not what this is about. We have places to learn that.
The thing is about this business, it's really simple. It's really simple. It's about having something that you love, you're excited about, and sharing it with somebody. That's it. And as human beings, we know how to do that. And that's really all we need to know here. There's some nuances around that, but basically, that's it. That's the action. That's what we do.
So let's look at the goals. Let's look at, because we're going to ask you to formulate your goals as you follow along with this. So anybody, what are your goals? What would be a great goal for this weekend? Anybody?
What do you want to walk away here from? Walk away
Yes.
here with?
Michael, Krista, I really want to know about this new program that's here, this weight loss.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
Okay, you want information about this?
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
and how
Okay.
you're going to access this is we're going to have presentations every day, and you'll be able to hear product formulator and other people, and we'll have access to the information. So that's a good goal.
It's a great goal, and you can use that goal to further your business by inviting other people to come listen with you.
Yeah. Let me share what I would think would be some really strong goals for this. BV. Like, make some money, right? This is a working weekend to make money here. How do you make money in this business? Anybody? What has to happen to make money? Action. What kind of action? What has to happen? Somebody has to buy something, right? And then you get the check. So sales, getting people to commit and actually purchase product, would that be a high goal for you guys? Yeah? Okay, what else?
Find business partners.
Get some business partners. Wow, what a great goal that would be. Anybody want business partners? Yeah, okay. What else?
Achievers Club.
Achievers Club. Yeah, bonuses for production. High production bonuses. Yeah, what else?
Get some samples out.
Get some samples placed, right. Do some invites. So the end result, of course, is BV commission, but there's a lot of steps to get there. Getting samples out, doing invites, making phone calls, yeah, developing work habits, like getting a momentum going. So when you leave here Sunday night, it wasn't just like, that was a great workshop, now I'll get back to doing nothing. It's, When you leave Sunday night, you've got a full steam going, and you're Monday, you hit it. Monday, you're doing this, and Tuesday, you're doing it, and Wednesday, you're doing it, right up till next Saturday, when I assume there's another, in this market, probably in all markets, there's another event. So that the invites you make this weekend, on Wednesday, we have a public presentation. You're getting them to that event Wednesday. And then you're, you know, if you got new people, you're getting them this Saturday so they can do this. Or there's another presentation. So you want to get ahead of steam going. How about a pipeline? Everybody know what we mean by pipeline? Okay, a pipeline quite simply is like a tube, and you put all these leads in one end, and out comes BV and people, business partners, out the other end.
So basically, you're inviting people to look at what we've got to share. And you're inviting people to come along, if they're local, to come along to the presentations that we're going to have. We're going to have one tomorrow at 2 o'clock, one Saturday at 2 o'clock, one Sunday at 2 o'clock, next Wednesday evening there's a public presentation. So there's a lot of different opportunities for people. You don't have to know anything. All you need to do is invite people to come along and listen. And then let the team give that information to people. It's so easy. It's so easy. Yes?
Another great motivation for me around inviting this weekend is the fact that the special for new people coming on and buying Beanie is being extended to the end of next week.
So there's
So
some
we've got this
pricing
amazing
specials.
opportunity
Yeah.
right now. Every new person that comes on and
Yeah.
pre-orders or pre-launch orders will get free shipping on their order.
That's
Yeah.
great. And so the time involved, you know, there's urgency on this. You've got top people who are going to present for you this weekend, not next weekend. You know, they won't be around next weekend, but this weekend. There's special, the company's put together special offers for you this weekend. And they may extend to next weekend. So there's urgency.
I want to get back to this pipeline thing and just explain it a little bit, because I can see a couple of blank faces there. Basically, when we share with somebody what we've got, when we invite somebody to look at what we've got, is this for you? You know, maybe it's not. We don't know till we ask. Not everybody's going to say yes right away. Right? People want more information, they want to see what it's like, they want to meet people. People, you know, sometimes people go yes right away, but sometimes they don't. And so our job then is to follow up, what we call follow up those people. And so we keep in contact with them until the time is right for them. And that's building a pipeline, is having all these people that you're building a deeper relationship with, you're in conversation with, until they get to the point of making a decision. Our job's not to make their decision for them. That's totally disrespectful. It's their job to make the decision. Our job is simply to be able to offer the information. And so the pipeline is all these people that you have that haven't quite said yes or no yet, right? And so when you leave from this weekend with a pipeline, it's simply all the people you've contacted while you've been here that are in that process. And so when you leave here, you set appointments to check in with them, see where they're at, right? That's your pipeline.
So a couple of other goals that you might want to consider for those of you that are experienced would be new leadership skills. For example, running a boot camp is not complicated. It doesn't require a certain rank or certain level of experience. Matter of fact, a brand new person could do it. It does require some administrative and organizational skills. You have to get a venue. You have to have some sort of registration, collect a little bit of money, get the speakers. That's a level of leadership I'm hoping all of you get, because guess what? If it's just a boot camp when top leaders are in town, that's okay. But that's not what we're after. We don't think that's what you're after. If you're after explosive, sustained, long-term growth, out of this boot camp, we'd like to see 5, 10, 20, 30 boot camps emerge in every market. South Auckland, North Auckland, West Side, East Side, North Country, South. That's what we're up to. So, you know, luckily, it doesn't require a lot to do this. And there's some leadership available, leadership skills. Watch how these top leaders are. Watch and see how they are able to coach and mentor and support. And for you that are top leaders, find new levels, find new ways to be more discerning perhaps when people request support, and make sure that this isn't a distraction routine, and actually provide insight and reflect back to people what is in their best interest. So there's some skill stuff available here too. Also, we're going to work a little bit in a few minutes with some role play, some actual prospecting skills, how to do an invite, how to get commitment, how to be with somebody in a way that moves the action forward. So there's some skill stuff available too. Let's talk a little bit about logistics, what the weekend looks like. So tonight is orientation. We've got a little bit of role play we're going to do here, some training, some skills. But then tomorrow morning, we're going to actually get together and start working. And we're going to go 9 to 5. In the middle of that, there will be a public meeting. So all morning, you can be, inviting people to the public presentation. We're going to have a time for you to speak and share what's up for you. Maybe you're here, you're nervous, or you're confused, or you're anxious to go, or whatever's up for you. And we're going to record that so that you have the availability to look at it later if you choose. And we'll do that periodically. So by the end of this event, hopefully you'll have a video record of your progress, and you'll be able to review that. We'll make that available on the internet so you can see that. In between all that, we're also going to have some breakouts, and those will happen after quote-unquote work hours. Now, we said 9 to 5. We'll also do some training in there, but there's nothing to stop you. As a matter of fact, we recommend you're in before this event starts, before 9 o'clock, you're prospecting. And after 5 o'clock, you're prospecting. Do you get it? Just because we say, okay, it's 5 o'clock, the formal course is over, I don't know what time you go to bed, but wouldn't it be great to use the energy of the day and go do some more work? Go do some more work. If you're in a hurry, if you've got a goal and you're in a hurry to get there, maybe your goal is financial freedom, yourself, your family, I would encourage you to do that as quickly as possible. To use what we're doing here more than the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 is what we're going to hold in this room. But this by no means a limitation. So we're going to offer some breakouts on various topics after the 5 o'clock. There'll be time to sit and mingle. There'll be meals time. There'll be social time. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff too. I know that typically what we've seen at these boot camps is people come in first day and they're a little bit nervous and they're wondering what's up, and I got my goals and I don't know if I can do it, and distractions come up and fears and worries and all that. What we see is that the first day or even 2, people engage with that. They engage in different ways. They engage, people who are new to the boot camp cycle will engage maybe tentatively at first. They may move further into action. But there's something called the zone, and I want to put this out right up front so you're watching for it. The zone is what we call that magical place where when you're in the zone, everything's clicking. Everything's going. I mean, you hear professional athletes talk about it, you hear other people talk about it. When I get in the zone, in my prospecting, it doesn't matter what I say to somebody. I wouldn't just say, gibberish, but I don't have to say a lot. They're reading me, they're going, wow, whatever it is you're doing, I want it. Okay? When I'm in the zone, it's fun. The fear is gone. It's just fun. It's easy, it's fun, time passes fast, it's contagious, other people get in the zone around, people are in celebration, they're in party mode, and the results are piling up. And what we're after is for you to have an experience of the zone quickly, as quickly as possible for you, and to keep it going after this event. Now, for some of you who've already done boot camps, you're maybe still in the zone from the last one, and you're just rolling right into it. You're not slowing down. You're coming here, you're just ready to go. You're just ready to hit it. Some of you, it may take a bit of a ramp up. Some of you may or may not hit the zone, and that's okay. I suspect most, if not all of you, will. And the name of the game here is get in the zone as quickly as possible and stay there as long as possible. And what we've heard from people who've been through these kinds of programs is, wow, if I'd known this was this much fun, I would have been doing a lot more of it, a lot more often. And I intend to keep doing this. Why wouldn't I do this? I'm having so much fun. I'm getting results. This is what I want to do with the rest of my life. Why wouldn't I want to do it? That's the kind of enthusiasm that people report. So you want to look for this. You want to look for when it clicks into that magic place. And part of it is being in community. It's contagious. Part of it is being held and supported, and part of it's having a goal.
Yeah, so part of what we're going to offer this weekend is to actually invite people together. So, you know, I was just thinking when you were talking about being in the zone, one of the boot camps that we did in the States, in Pennsylvania, there was a group of women who were, they were so in that place. There was 3 of them. And they honestly didn't stop. They went out after we finished. They went out for dinner, prospected everyone in the restaurant. They sat at the bar till 2 o'clock in the morning. They were still talking to people. It was, and people were just like responding to them because they were just so, I mean, their energy was just so powerful. It was amazing. It was so incredible to watch them.
Yeah, they kicked them out of the bar and they were at it first thing in the morning.
It was really funny. Yeah.
That's a fun place to be, guys. That's where the goodies
One of
are.
them went to gold that weekend.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's right to gold.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So we're going to do some role play here in a minute. We're going to invite some of the other leaders to come up and help demonstrate kind of how to do an invite, how to get a commitment, how to help do some follow-up, how to actually ask for a sale. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, also one of the things that we're going to ask you to do is to come up with something that you want to leave here with. You know, what is your goal for the weekend? What do you want to get out of this weekend? What do you want to walk away with at the end of this weekend? Your own personal goal.
And so what we're going to offer over the weekend, a couple of different key pieces. We're going to offer the opportunity for you to do several kinds of prospecting. Now, probably you'll have a favorite, you'll have something you're dreading, and you'll have something you're good at, stuff you're not good at. The point of what we're offering is not to expect you to have a business sort of business conquest. That's not what it's after. In other words, what we're going to offer is some phone work where you can actually ring up people you don't know, cold market, people you do know, warm market, outer circle, people you just barely know, close friends. Any of those are fine. We're going to offer a chance for you to actually go out in public and talk to people, maybe people you don't know in various circumstances. Call that on the street. Some people have actually started door knocking, go around door to door in a neighborhood. Now look, you may think, gee, I don't want to do that, and that's fine. These are all optional. You don't have to do anything here. And the point of perhaps going on the street or going door knocking is not, again, for you to have some magical sign up their next big business bullet. You might do that. We're not expecting that. We're not even looking for that. What we're looking is a threshold experience. It's an experience for you to break through the fear. I know I don't like talking to strangers all that much. I'm a private person. That's just how I am. But for me to go out on the street or in a shop or talk to somebody just cold like that, after I do it, I feel pretty good. And so there's ways to do it. I know that work for me. Like, I'm not going to make a sale. I'm just going to have a conversation. And if there's interest, great. And if there's not, great. In other words, to not be attached to it, just to do it for the experience of doing it. And what we've heard from people that have shared, they've said, yeah, I was just terrified to call people on the phone. But after going out on the street, wait, that's easy to call people on the phone. So they had that breakthrough. Other people said, oh yeah, I was terrified to go out on the street, talk to people, but I really like it. I'm going to do that. That's easier than getting on the phone. See, you don't know. And that's why we're offering it, is a chance for self-knowledge, for you to discover what's going on for you. Maybe you've got some hidden strengths. Maybe you've got some places that you just want to have a breakthrough because of the fear. Maybe you learn some new techniques. So we're not putting a lot of emphasis necessarily on the results of that, like in BV, although we do want you to have that. but more as a breakthrough experience, as a place for you to experiment, see what's going on, get some coaching, get some technique, get some access to power. So we're going to offer that, and again, it's all optional. We hope that you take it on, and it's no big deal if you do or don't. I know for one thing, for me, self-knowledge is there's days when I'm ready to take stuff on, and there's days when I'm not. So you'll make the right decision.
I think, you know, one of the biggest learnings in this business is non-attachment. And what we're doing this weekend is learning that at a deeper and deeper level. You know, to not be attached to what people say or how they react or what their answer is or any of that. Because it really doesn't have a lot to do with me. As long as I share what's in my heart, then I let it go. And it's that, practicing that over and over and over again, that it's incredibly empowering to do that. And to do that with support.
So imagine you're having a party at your house, or you've sponsored it, and you just know it's going to be a great party. You know it's going to be outrageous. It's going to be the most fun party ever. And you're inviting your friends, and if somebody can't make it, oh great, well you're going to miss it, that's okay. And somebody can make it, great, you can make it, that's okay. You know you're going to have a good time, and you're just inviting people, and it's okay. Either way is okay. That is a place of non-attachment. That's the zone. That's where the fun happens. And what I know is when I come from that place, I don't want to do anything else. Why would I want to do anything else? And I get much better results from that place. So we're going to kind of close this section. We're going to invite some of the local leaders to come and give some instruction and some demonstration, invite you to role play on how to invite, how to follow up, how to get commitments, how to place a sample, and we're just hoping you have a great experience here. So thanks for your time, and talk to you soon.